Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and I am with...
Quinn Cooper.
Can you talk in the mic better? Sorry.
Quinn Cooper.
Oh, sorry. I'm using the wrong mics.
How dare you?
All right, try again.
Quinn Cooper.
There you go. There you go. I am sorry about that. I am so used to just 1 and 2, and that's my bad right there. That was a bad introduction.
Tisk.
I know. That is on my part. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit on the sicker end, so I'm like making sure I'm doing all the precautions, taking my medicine, my vitamins.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, I'm making sure I'm okay. But anyway, on season 2, episode 2, today we are going to be talking about Total Drama Island, a TV show. So yeah, are you excited, Quinn?
I sure am.
I was about to say, you're the one that requested it, so...
I mean, I just thought it was interesting, especially with some people having nostalgia. I mean, I sure did. I grew up with this show, even though I didn't fully watch it.
I see, it's one of those things. I do remember the show. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember watching it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess... I mean, when was the show on? I remember it being always on late at night.
I want to say
I'd say
early 2000s, 2010, somewhere around there.
Yeah, but I just remember it airing later in the day, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it usually does. But it has definitely been a long time. I'm glad I was able to rewatch it again, though. Being able to rewatch it again,
Yeah, I was happy to see it because I remember you can still watch the original show on Netflix, but I'm like, I don't have Netflix, so... And I tried some other places to watch it, and it wasn't working out. So I was just like, you know what? Let's give YouTube a try. And you can find the actual full episodes on YouTube, which is actually pretty funny. So,
there's nothing different about the quality either.
They're pretty clean.
Yeah, like they're not even cutting off clips of the actual episode. You can just watch the full thing right then and there.
Hey, I'm glad we could do that, though. I could refresh the show in my brain. Enjoy some episodes and TV shows that I don't remember as much. Because I remember like watching a lot of stuff as a kid, and I don't remember it
exactly.
at all.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of a blast rewatching it again because there's definitely some details I forgot about, especially for it being an older show. Like I would be surprised.
It still holds up to this day for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was actually very surprised by how progressive it is now.
Oh yeah,
I was expecting really raunchy jokes, but no.
It's pretty tame. Honestly.
Pretty tame, yeah. I mean, there's definitely some things that I'm very surprised about for it still being a kid's show.
Yeah. I mean, while doing more research, their targeted audience at first was kids, and then they realized they were getting more teen audience. So they pretty much switched it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So, yeah, it makes sense. But they also didn't want to go too far, either age range. So they just try to target kids, but they also see that it targeted all ages. So
I mean, there was definitely one show that they definitely took the deep end of focusing on kids, the Total Drama Kids show.
Yeah.
Like everyone's a baby now.
Yeah. That one was weird because it doesn't work. It just seems like it's in a different universe because if they all knew each other
exactly
like that young, they're gonna be part of a how many year contract? Like that's insane.
It's safe to say it was definitely a cash grab.
Definitely a cash grab. It's not.
It's just typical fart joke over and over again.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one. Anywho, Total Drama Island is a cartoon satire of a reality shows like Survivor. The internationally one-dimensional teen characters are thrown together in a summer camp setting, then broken up into teams and presented with challenges by their host. At the end of most episodes, someone's voted out and sent home. So it's a very basic layout each episode. I kind of, while going from figuring out the formula of Phineas and Ferb and going to this, why can't shows just have basic formulas that they stick to?
Because they gotta be complex. Here's the thing: you gotta like some complex things.
It just shows that things don't have to be complex to be good.
Fair. I can definitely understand that. I mean, definitely if you think about it, every time that they get rid of a character, it does kind of become more complex.
It does. It really does. The further and further the episodes get in, the more complex the stories get because they're tired of each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm done with this crap. Get out of here.
Oh, not to mention, they get to know every single contestant more and more as the show goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And especially at the very beginning, everyone's like bare bones of their character towards the end, especially Owen.
Oh, yeah. I know rewatching it now because I spoiled the ending, of course, who's the winner, blah blah blah, but like rewatching it, it's not even like who's gonna win. We already know who's gonna win or who won and all that. It's more so rewatching it, seeing who's getting kicked off one by one is more the mystery.
Yeah, that's what I was mostly particularly focusing on when we were rewatching it.
I'd say so, but yeah, it is. It is really interesting because especially Ezekiel, his character gets more complex than I remembered because I did the research on that because I think they only replayed the first season over and over compared to the future seasons.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I don't remember. I was doing research more into Ezekiel because I was like, I really like that character. I wanted to see how far he gone, and the research I was doing is I'll go more into it later. But his story gets more complex later. It's really crazy how much that he's brought back into a pretty dark twist to it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. He went through a lot. So much character development more than the the host. He's changed a lot.
Yeah. Anywho, how would you rate this show 1 out of 10?
First season, I'll have to give it an 8 out of 10.
I'd say first season, yeah, 8 out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
Favorite season, of course, is season 1.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
In season 1?
Just overall in general.
I forgot his name. The red tracksuit dude.
Okay.
I forgot his name though. He's kind of kicked off a little bit early. Yeah. Either way, I don't know. Just something about like he just seems like a genuine guy, you know?
Yeah.
One seems to be too extreme to another. Like Owen, he's the farts jokes guy. He's the big funny fat guy.
we love Owen though.
I love Owen. Can't get enough of him.
I'd say my favorite character would have to be Chef and Owen.
You know what? Fair. Why Chef though?
Chef because whenever he is in the episodes, he's just hilarious. He's so funny. He's like that uncle that acts young when he's really old.
You know what? Yeah, I can see that.
And we love uncles like that.
Especially the one episode where like people were trying to not fall asleep. He was just in a tutu, like sprinkling dust on the people.
That was so funny. Yeah, that is the best. That scene is the best. What's your favorite episode from season 1?
I can definitely tell you what was the one episode I do not like though. The one episode where people are not allowed to sleep. It was just people talking. Nothing was happening. Just don't fall asleep.
I thought it was an interesting concept, though.
It was very interesting.
They went along with it. Like, it just shows you how basic it is, and it's a good start.
I mean, you know what? Fair.
It goes from a really extreme event to something tame.
Fair. I mean, yeah. For me, it's just people with just falling asleep. For me, that I usually look at the bigger picture of things. But if I were to say my favorite episode, I'd definitely have to say the finale.
The finale?
Yeah.
Okay. I honestly don't remember my first episode. I really wouldn't say even have a first favorite one. Oh boy. I'd have to say either the dodgeball one or the paintball one.
Ooh, those are really good ones.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so give me a reason why for both.
So dodgeball is one of my favorite activities. So I say that one's like very biased because I was a kid when it came to gym. All I wanted to play was dodgeball.
Were you the one that tried dodging the balls or?
Oh, I was able to dodge the balls. I just couldn't catch. Did I catch the ball? I'm like, no, I'm dodging them. That's the whole point of the game is dodging them.
I would usually try, but every time I do, it just slaps my hand. I was automatically out.
Dodges. Crap.
Yep, I usually try dodging. There's no point. Why the paintball episode?
The paintball one because it really goes into the characters' dynamics, and it shows what's her name finally standing up for herself. Finally, against
Heather.
Heather, I think. Yeah, maybe.
The mean girl?
Yeah, the mean girl.
Yeah.
How they were standing up to her finally. I was just like, hell yeah. I was like, finally. I mean,
as she should.
I mean, it's just, I was like, come on, please stand up for yourself, man. I'm like, this is great character development. And they just started shooting each other with the paintball guns. Mm-hmm. That was just so funny because, LaShonda, she's like, I can't see. Oh, sorry about that, Heather. Oh, darn.
Oh, I love LaShonda.
She's so funny. I think she's one of my favorite female, like, funny characters.
Oh, yeah. I would have to agree.
All right. So we did the BuzzFeed quizzes again. Of course, for Total Drama Island. Mm-hmm. What character did you get?
I got Lindsay.
You got Lindsay?
I got Lindsay.
Guess what character I got?
Owen.
No. Oh. You're going to be very surprised,
Duncan.
actually. Duncan, no.
The surfer did. I meant the country did.
No. I thought he was a surfer. He has a really, like, surfer...
That's what I thought, too. But
like,
no.
What's his character trope? That is good.
He's just a country boy. He has, like, the cowboy hat.
I thought it was
his
like a country surfer.
His girlfriend is the one that surfs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What character did you get, though?
Gwen.
Really?
Yeah, somehow I got Gwen. That is actually really funny. I was like, you know, Gwen's everyone's like childhood dream crush, and I got that. I was just like, heck yeah, I got her. I'm Gwen, guys. I'm Gwen. Just need a hello. My name's Gwen now on my t-shirt.
In some ways, I can see that. In some ways, you're not explosive.
Yeah, I'm not Izzy. I'm not a psychopath.
Okay, so I messed up the first time when I did this quiz. I first got Owen.
Okay.
And the way that they described Owen's like, oh, not the sharpest tool in the shed. Okay, understandable. But I accidentally hit reload on the quiz. Mm-hmm. So I got Lindsay again. And it also says, not the sharpest tool in the shed. So this says something about me. Okay. I just ain't a smart person. Either way, it was a fun quiz to do. I don't know if it's really truthful, though. I mean, I'll see you as a goth girl.
Yeah, I'm the goth girl, guys. I mean, here, I'll retake the quiz again, but I'll tell you what I chose. So we'll look up the BuzzFeed quiz again.
It's always fun doing the BuzzFeed quiz.
Right. It is. I started doing that. So, of course, as a pet, I chose fish. Out of all these, like, as much as I like dogs, but out of these, fish I like the most. What's my biggest fear? I mean, all these, it goes into the fear aspect of the show. Mm-hmm. Bad haircut, it's not a fear. It happens. Mimes, okay, that's funny. Green jello, that's funny. I chose being buried alive because that's the most realistic, along with airplanes and flying. So I was debating between those three, but out of all of those, the closest one to death is being buried alive.
Fair.
So
I'm more realistic about it. I would choose the bad haircut. That's probably why I got Lindsay.
And then when it came to what's your favorite food, I was debating between sushi or cheeseburgers. Because as much as I like steak, I could always go for a cheeseburger or sushi. I chose
sushi.
So I chose cheeseburger. And then what's my favorite song? It was between All the Small Things or Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy. Good choice. So I went with All the Small Things by Blink-182.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, my favorite color is green. So I probably helped out a little bit right there. What's your favorite movie genre? Of course, it's between comedy and horror, but I watch more horror than I do comedy.
Yeah, that kind of gave it away.
So what's your favorite thing to do? I like drawing. I don't like winning, causing trouble. Like that's not...
That last question kind of just threw me off because they seem to be too biased.
So when it came to, it was debating riding motorcycles or drawing. So I went with drawing. And then what would your archetype be? I'm kind of the loner, to be honest, because I'm not the queen bee. I'm not the delinquent. I'm not the party person. I'm not the eye candy. I'm not the dumb person. I'm not the beast. I'm not the type I am. I'm just kind of the loner. So I was like, okay. And then, of course, my favorite dessert, I chose apple pie out of these. If they had cheesecake, I would have chose that.
Yeah, you're Gwen.
And so, yeah, I got Gwen then. So
there's some answers I can see why they got you Gwen, but still.
Yeah, it is very funny that I got Gwen, though. It says, you're kind of a loner and tend to keep to yourself, which I really do, honestly. I really do. Everything you do is for your family, and you care for them more than anything else in the world. Switch that to friends, because as much as I love my family, I tend to care more about my friends. But when something does happen to my family, I do switch really fast.
Yeah, I mean,
family's all you got if friends aren't there.
Exactly. So. At the end of the day, fans will always be there.
But I'm very fun. I've been told I'm very fun, and I shouldn't say I'm very fun. I've been told I'm very relaxed and fun to just chill out and hang with.
I can see that. I can see that. I forgot the full details of what that quiz said about Lindsay, but either way, I felt conflicted with that answer nonetheless.
You're just jealous that I'm Gwen, aren't you?
I am. So, all right. Well,
are you ready for a break?
Yeah. Let's go for a break.
All right.
It's starting to get hot in here.
It is starting to get hot in here. We're gonna start with, of course, the intro of Total Drama Island, because this show doesn't have a soundtrack, so why not just play this?
It's a bomb.
It is a banger. So yeah, this is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And yeah, enjoy the intro of the song, and then we'll switch you back to my Spotify playlist that I have for you guys to listen to. So yeah, enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show.
Whoa.
That is wacky, bro.
Oh, am I supposed to introduce myself? Oh, I'm Quinn Cooper.
I am with
Quinn Cooper.
Hell yeah. We like, my fancy announcer voice, don't we all?
It's a blast being here.
Anywho, we're gonna be continuing talking about Total Drama Island. I showed Quinn the video that I got to do. I got to be a part of when I was at summer camp. We did a Total Drama Island intro for my summer camp for when I was a lifeguard at a summer camp. So that was fun.
I'll definitely say it was very well edited.
Yeah, I give credit to the person that did that. He's a very great guy. He did really well shooting it for us and editing it for us. So, do
you want to do a shout out or?
I don't know if he wants his name out there right now, so I'm just kind of
Yeah, we'll respect it. Not.
I just shout him out. If he's listening to this, if he ever listens to this, probably not. He knows who you are. Anywho, I'm going to be starting with the theories.
Oh,
I found some theories. I think I found 4.
4, okay. I keep on forgetting these theories about the show.
Yeah, so this is kind of going to go more in depth than just season 1.
Okay.
So if you get lost, I'll be lost with you because I got lost myself. So I try to collect as much as I could that I understood. So
yeah,
we're here together, okay?
I can only remember up to season 2. Season 2 is peak for me.
Heck yeah. All right. So the first theory is, of course, Chris McLean's is, done some worse crimes that in humanity in that universe, aka he's a psychopath.
Sounds about right.
So there's some evidence along with that, and I got some pictures, not like actual pictures, but they have pictures of lists of stuff that he's done throughout the series. So let's see here.
Oh boy, we're gonna be here for 3 minutes.
We're gonna be here for a little bit. So grab some snacks. We got some, lifesaver gummies. Just, some enjoyable ASMR for the show.
You gotta love the ASMR.
We got the enjoyable ASMR. You can have some if you want some. I got them for us. Anywho, grab some snacks, get some water, enjoy the in-depth of this theory. So, starting with, he likes to make harming obstacles to underage people because they're 16, so technically they're not of age yet to be an adult, so they're underage. So, he has a thing where they sign contracts, which gives him permission to do whatever they want. And of course, who reads contracts when you're 16 years old? Let's be honest here.
Right.
Most 16-year-olds don't read contracts. They just, I want to do this. I want to be on a show. And you start seeing that, like, that's all they wanted is fame. That's all they're there for.
Fame or money.
Fame or money. That is true. The whole series starts off with cliff jumping, and the rest of the season 1 starts off with swinging over electric eels.
Love that.
Chef's deadly boot camp, skydiving on a massive bear trap, chronically severe food poisoning, trials of torture, and running from a psychopath killer.
You know, this makes me beg the question, how are these contestants or kids able to stay the same throughout the entire season? I mean, guaranteed their personality is a little bit different after the show ended, but I guarantee, how can they stay the same physically? Like, why is there not a broken bone?
I could say one word for you.
Oh. I mean, yeah, the cartoons. Okay, I know. But still.
But yeah, that's season 1, okay?
Okay.
The sequel, total drama action. The kids are hunted by an alien and a monster, and both were acted as Chef. And here's some more events. Hunted by an alien monster, both by Chef, like I explained. They have to land on a horse by high diving board, run through a death course, run across a power line and with obstacles, a vomit machine, and then do that multiple times throughout that season.
Sounds like a good marathon.
Exactly.
Being chased by a buff man.
Who wouldn't want to do that? Season 3 is a long list. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Season 3 World Tours is... I learned some facts behind it. Season 3 is like the musical of the series.
I did not like that. I hate.
I never knew that. I will have to watch it to see if I like it. I mean, I feel like it's of course going to be bad because it's a comedy show, interpreting to be Survivor. So I feel like it's going to be funny, but of course bad, and we like funny bad. Mm-hmm. Season 3. Some examples of the events are flesh-eating scarabs, frigid waters. Ascend and descend Statue of Liberty, sewage regatta, horrific toboggan, an Amazon racetrack of death, and then they have to infiltrate Area 51, tight roping and carrying on Niagara Falls, hunt and to be hunted by Ezekiel.
Okay, that's scary.
Evade a condor and then survive Hawaii's very Mount Vesuvius. Yes, did I say that right?
I don't know.
You know the volcano, the Mount Vesuvius?
Vague memories.
But anywho, it's an event of a popular volcano that in Hawaii, they it's called Boom.
Oh, it's based on a real, okay.
Yeah, it's based on a real volcano. So they have to survive that.
That sounds a lot more torturous than season 1 or 2. I mean, I'd be pooping my pants if I saw Ezekiel chase me.
Yeah. If you look up pictures of Ezekiel, not like season 1, but season 2, 3, and so on.
He gets creepy.
He gets pretty creepy. Some example, they return to the original island, and this is season 4. This one's not as bad as the one previously, but still bad. They have to do some TV embarrassments. Mutated forced and mind trek, mutate and contestant, and safely ascend with rudimentary flight tactics.
That's right.
Evade and mutate Venus flytraps and fight to literal death.
I forgot how brutal that one season was. Students got mutated. They had to fight to the death.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot that they returned to the island and the whole island's just in toxic waste.
It's a lot more dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, and the first season's already dangerous enough.
Yeah. Especially with the sharks and bears. I wonder how they are now.
I don't know how they stay awake.
I don't know either.
Which all of that, you finally see Chris get locked up.
As he should, very demure.
He was let out by Chef. Of course, because Chef's a homie. He likes to be there for him. Of course, Chris never learns. He goes back and does more mischievous stuff in season 5. He does more stuff as in more obstacle courses, one with vomit, of course. Fresh, frigid, HE double hockey sticks, Blue Harvest Moon, locked on Boney Island with mutants, boxing match with individual elastic ultrophobias, Mal's allowance, more Ezekiel evasion, another boot camp, and to survive an island filled with sharks, lava, acid, and of course Chef and the Sunk Island.
Now that I think about it, Chris and Mr. Beast could really get along. If you think about it, if Mr. Beast wasn't canceled today, I feel like he would be the real life Chris.
I feel like after this whole situation that Mr. Beast is going through, he's going to be turning into Chris McLean here soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, have you heard of the allegations of the Squid Games and how he's like, according to the contestants, it was a little bit torturous. It is no different than how Chris did in Total Drama.
All these reality TV show games, they're all pretty messed up.
They are, especially if you... Even the show Wipeout, people had to sustain some kind of injury, like sprained ankle, broken bone, or something of the sort.
Well, they know that's an obstacle course. What do you expect?
It's an obstacle course, but nonetheless, it's still pretty, like...
No matter how safe you make it be, because that they actually try to make it safe, but it's impossible to not get hurt.
No matter how much cushion you have, it's the force itself that hurts.
Mm-hmm. McLean then built a new island where he has more control over the events that he did, of course. Like I said, he'd done a lot more.
I don't recall ever watching that season. That sounds interesting.
So he does some more events, as in he faces off with an angry chef, chronic electrocution, avoid obstacles with while carrying a baby, expiration ingestion, scarlet fever, and race around a and then race around a mechanically homicidal island. Yeah. So yeah, all this is for sure very psychopathic of Chris. It's also been said that Chef could be like a conscience, Chef has more of a conscience than Chris, but Chef is as bad as Chris, but Chef has like actual conscience and more we should step away. He's like, I'm all here. Let's hurt them, but let's not kill them.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's also said, "Hey Chris, you think this is enough? You think we're going too far with this? Like, nah. What are you talking about?
We love
for
Chef.
The views,
the clicks,
the clicks, the clout."
It's just funny because Chef is genuinely like as bad as Chris, but he's just very quiet.
Well, he's also kind of scary if you think about it. A giant buff dude that's willing to go out his way to chase like you with weapons, but yet can still care about you.
I've also seen a theory about if Chef wasn't there, Chris would be way worse.
There would not be a winner.
There would be no such thing as a winner. They'd all be dead, just like in Willy Wonka. Mm-hmm. It's funny because in the new one, I know it's kind of funny, but when I first seen the new Willy Wonka, I was like, why are they all alive? Aren't they all supposed to be dead? I straight up said that after the newest one came out. I'm like, dude, Charlie's supposed to get the whole factory, and the rest of them are supposed to be dead. Why are they alive? Because like, who wants to deal with being stretched out? Who wants to deal with being blue? Who wants to be like?
Why haven't I seen a little German kid dying chocolates?
Like, come on. I'd rather, no offense, you're gonna get bullied because any in this world, if you're different from everyone else, you're gonna get bullied.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so their mental health after that had to have been horrible. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Total Drama Island. So these shows over the years has corrupted his mind more and more. Because it's been said that, Chris's mind is already, like, these were, like, his inside thoughts. And then he realizes how much he can get away with it.
All because of a piece of paper.
All just because of a piece of paper and that Chef has got his back.
And that he got more money.
And more money. So he would do whatever to keep that high, like, because he would get a high from every event.
I noticed that. Like, he would actually get so happy every time he does something violent.
I don't remember what episode, but he was just like, why would you do it? Oh, it was after Izzy had that explosive fire starter. Mm-hmm. And he's like, why would you do that? And it talks more. But anywho, that was awesome. I don't remember if it was that one or a different one, but I just remember like talking.
I can recall it too. Oh man.
And then Chef has like, the restraints on Chris. And Chef could potentially be Chris's caretaker.
Now this begs the question, are we the true villains for giving Chris the money because we watched his shows? Are we the villains?
I mean, look at Disney Plus. Look at Disney, man. Look at Disney. We're just villains watching Deadpool versus Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'm literally wearing a Deadpool and Wolverine t-shirt right now. We're giving Disney money. I don't have a subscription to Disney Plus, so then
you will.
So I'm not buying Disney Plus just because of the recent allegations that they can get away with now. So
we'll see.
There's a reason why I buy physical media. These kids, and they don't like their physical media. No, I don't know. That is really messed up at Disney, though, for doing that. I don't know if you heard anything about the one. I think it was the husband. I don't remember what exactly, but he got injured, and tried to sue them for getting injured. And you know what Disney responded with? You have a subscription to Disney Plus, and whatever happens, it's not under us. And
wait, was this an employee?
I think it was like just a normal visitor.
Oh, it was a visitor.
Yeah.
And you had a subscription.
And they're like, you have the subscription. They're like, yeah. Like, didn't you read it? Whatever happened. I'm like, why would that be part of the Disney Plus subscription?
It goes to show how crazy powerful contracts can be. Even if it might be a policy thing for like a subscription for something, it's still powerful.
It just doesn't make sense. Why would you make that part of a subscription?
Because they're really cautious. Similar to how Chris is in Total Drama. No matter how much stuff they put through, as long as you sign that piece of paper.
It just really shows how messed up the world is. You can literally say, I'm going to kill you, but if you sign it, it's okay. It's like, no.
I mean, obviously we're both not law majors. We wouldn't fully know the restraints of like contracts, but it's nonetheless, it's pretty powerful.
It is very powerful.
I mean, to be fair, here's the thing. Every contract that I would have to sign, like with works or policies, they make it long on purpose. They can't just make it simple, like rule 1. Do not say a swear word or something. Yeah. But no, they got to go above and beyond, use $100 words just to make it confusing and make you not encouraged to read it.
I've read if this says anything, I started doing a thing with one of my friends. We made a YouTube channel last summer.
Congratulations.
I already had one, but he asked me can we make one together? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, what are we going to do? He's like, I don't know. I kind of just want to make vlogs. I'm like, okay, we got to figure out what we want to do before we could just start one. And he's like, I just want to do activities, because he's one of my friends from Scouts. So we never really got to just hang out outside of Scouts.
Right.
So he was also one of my other closest friends from Scouts. So I was like, you know what? Sure. I want to get to know you outside of Scouts. So we started doing things. And our first thing was slip and slide kickball with soap, right? Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh, we should have some of our friends do it. And of course, we should have waivers and all that. So I got to learn a lot while making a waiver, and some of the terms you have to have, and what you're supposed to say in it. So like if something happens, we won't get in trouble for, because you send the paper. Mm-hmm. Of course, our really close friends are going to be the ones playing us, so I don't think anything's going to seriously happen. I don't think we're going to be like, haha, you got hurt, haha, loser. No, it's just, if something happens, it's not our fault, because you're the one that wanted to play with us.
Imagine if you put that on the pamphlet, haha, we got to make fun of you for being in danger.
But it ended up with just being him and I, so it was just like, okay, game with one-on-one. It didn't really turn out well, because how can you play kickball with one-on-one? It was hard, but we made it work, I guess, kind of. But anywho, we should get back to Total Drama Island, shouldn't we?
We should.
I mean, it was somewhat related, I'd say.
We were still talking about contracts, and you're talking about pamphlets, yeah. But that, just to relate back to what you were saying, just a quick bit, that's the one thing a lot of people don't understand with content creation. I mean, Chris, let's think about it. Chris, he knows how to make content, because, people are in danger. People are risking their lives for money and fame. Wow, with stuff like social media accounts, where are you going to begin? Especially with vlogs. Got to have some kind of theme to it. Wow, with Chris, just violence.
And then, I found another psychopath in the show.
Is another one?
Yeah, do you want to take a guess? I think we kind of...
Ezekiel?
Huh?
Ezekiel?
Ezekiel? No.
Robot? The one handsome dude that turned into a robot?
No.
Izzy? Oh, Izzy.
Izzy is the smartest psychopath. You want to know why?
Why?
I'll go into it. So she confirms that she has an IQ of 188.
Oh yeah, that's right. She bloated about this, and no one would believe it.
Yeah,
no one would believe it.
So Izzy was a psychopath as much as Chris was, maybe like smarter than Chris was. So how is she crazy? One, it starts with she hits her head on the deck. You think she's all clumsy and stupid and all that because of how she acts. That's the point. She's acting. She's a really good actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she made an explosive fire starter, which she learned with training with the reserves. Izzy is also a compulsive liar. She has great fighting ability. In second season, she disappears in pink smoke. So she knows how to do that.
She's a wizard.
She's a wizard, Harry. Second season, she acknowledges she's crazy. She has a gunfight with Chef. She fakes her death, returns she returns one season and she gets eliminated again. Plans all this happening before she even came on the first season.
What?
She plans this all. She fakes her personality over coming back as someone else. So she definitely has a multiple personality disorder, but she's doing all this as an act, right? Returns in season 3, jumps out of a plane, crashes, gets a brain injury, but then she changes as a person because anyone would after getting hurt like that. But you know what? She's still acting. She's acting in a completely different just personality. So I don't know if you remember in future episodes, she just has a new nickname for herself after all these personalities. Yeah. She would name her personalities. So yeah, she reveals that she's really smart and reveals all the knowledge that she has about time travel. Then returns and captures Chef. Speaks in third person a lot, which is very
common.
That is very common for a psychopath. But all this as a huge manipulator and lies to trick everyone else. And like I said, she suffers with multiple personality disorders. Which all of this, she is doing all this just to win.
At the end of the
day,
and
just get attention.
At the end of the day, she got a relationship out of the show and fame.
And she definitely got a lot of fame from all that manipulating.
Oh yeah. I forgot she mutates.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does she?
If I remember correctly, yes.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I might be mistaken for someone else. Either way, nonetheless, her plan worked. Her plan definitely did work.
We still don't know what her plan was, but I think it was just getting attention.
If you think about it, like the amount of stuff she's done now, like especially getting into a gunfight with Chef, that would definitely alarm a lot of bells throughout the show.
You know why she was able to come back on multiple times?
Because Chris needs the content.
Because she's a very good manipulator, and Chris really liked how crazy she was.
Yeah.
And crazy gets views.
Yeah.
So she knew what she was doing.
Yeah. She's definitely successful.
I don't remember what event she did, but she finally got officially kicked off the show.
I forgot. I think it was definitely for an exclusive reason. I believe, right?
It was. I don't remember exactly what though.
Yeah.
I forgot to write that down.
And that isn't very common in the show. Like you have to be either voted off by the contestants or Chris has to kick you off personally. You
know what's funny? I completely I watched 13 episodes and I started watching another one and I didn't really acknowledge the campfire. I thought it was how they got kicked for who the loser is. I thought it was the one that didn't put enough effort and all that for the longest time. I didn't really listen, marshmallow. I didn't really think about it. But once I listened to the words, I'm like, oh, they're voting each other off. That's messed up. That is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I definitely picked that up on episode 2 when some of the contestants just chickened out on jumping on the mountain. Because they weren't helping the team out. They honestly almost
even
lost.
the ones that didn't or the ones that chickened out were still on. So I'm like, how does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I didn't really think about it, but I didn't really acknowledge that's how it was. I don't know. I didn't really think about it. It was just like, oh, cool. They're getting kicked off. Heck yeah.
You're definitely get him out. Get him out.
Get him. It just really shows you. But also at the same time, if they're voting each other, how is it Heather off at an earlier stage?
That's what I've been wondering the entire time. Even with like her making quote unquote allies with people, they still wouldn't like Heather fully. Like Lashana, even throughout the entire feud without like Heather and Lashana, I would expect Heather to get voted off no matter what.
Yeah.
But no.
I think it's really... Oh, what's the guy with the glasses?
Ezekiel? No, not Ezekiel. Zach?
I don't remember.
I forgot his name.
Oh, let me look it up.
Cody?
What's the name of the nerd and total drama? Because he pretty much is a nerd.
There's multiple nerds, though.
Cody. Is it Cody?
Yeah, it is Cody.
Yeah. No, Harold.
Oh, Harold. Yeah. Cody
is the kind of like skinny, basic. I don't like to say this, but skinny and kind of like basic white boy, like trying to. He's kind of like the nerd, but he's in rich kid vibes.
Oh yeah,
but he's very skinny, very tiny. So that's Cody, the one that tried to get.
Yeah, the one that got friend zoned.
The one that got friend zoned.
The one that got away.
Also, another favorite episode, I forgot about it, is the one where they're testing each other's trust with the food competition, where they had to make food and Chris was like judging. Mm-hmm. That's also really good because all I can think about is Hell's Kitchen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where's the lamb sauce? I just thought that was so funny because Owen was just like, "There's meat on that bone left." Here, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh.
Anywho, third theory. Where is Ezekiel? So season 1, he was eliminated first. He was, homeschooled. He was sheltered and is very confused what all was going on around him. Clearly, because he didn't know how to catch cues at all during the show. Mm-hmm. He was raised on a farm and considers the loser's paradise nearby Total Drama Island to be some sort of reward. He's subjected to the torments of sideline living in the second season when he comes back. Season 3 brought back and was cocky throughout the whole first challenge and kind of gets in the feud through a bunch of the campers, and I think he gets kicked off again. He was then thrown out of the plane. I don't know why, but the more and more I watch this theory, it got me mad because I think I counted at least 5 times this guy's been chucked out of the plane and he's still attached onto the plane.
Dude has insane grip. It's all I have to say.
He was thrown out of the plane and then somehow stayed onto it. Throughout the season, he is seen and hinted as like a ghost, kind of. Mm-hmm. But then Chris used him to hunt the remaining contestants that I talked about before.
Yeah.
But he fails. He then wins in one season as a contestant. Then towards the end of the contestants to hunt him, then towards the end of this finale, the contestants hunt him. Like, instead of him hunting them, they're hunting for him. Mm-hmm. The finale, Ezekiel then messes with the new contestants, which after all that, you realize that the animals and the creatures on the island worship him. What? Yeah, it's really weird.
He's gone through so much character development.
I still don't. I mean, this will kind of. So the reason why he looks like the way he is, I don't. My question is, I don't get how he got to where he is because he just got off the island. So how did he manage to stay on the island all this whole time?
That was something I was wondering about, especially with how violent it is, with the amount of bears, sharks.
The thing is, he got kicked off again. So I'm just confused. Did he just not want to leave and he just stayed back?
Exactly. I mean, especially with how soon he got kicked out. There was not a lot to and actually value from being on the island.
But the reason why he is, looks the way he is and acts the way he is in the future seasons is he has lack of nutrition. He has no human contact, Inhuman self-destruction is what just leads to become warped and molded by the animalistic surroundings that he's in, because it's just animals and creatures and mutants all around that area. Ezekiel is also being looked. I haven't gotten this far in the actual show, but throughout the seasons when he's gone, his parents are still looking for him. You see like wanted posters on stuff.
Sad.
So the parents have no clue where he's at. All the pictures of him on cartons.
He would even look the same. No one would even say it's him.
No one even knows.
That is so sad. That just begs the question, why would he want to stick to the island? But yet, how would he even get there? Because even if he were to swim there, he has to deal with sharks.
It just makes me think, because it does say that he gets kicked off the plane, right? Mm-hmm. But he sticks onto the plane, so I'm like, okay, where's the plane going? I'm just confused how he's on. Mm-hmm. Maybe we just have to watch it. Maybe we just have to keep watching the show.
Who knows? That'll be the next episode.
I don't know, man.
Next episode of your show. Total Drama Island, Season 2.
So I thought about it after I go through all Season 1, 2, and 3, because I go through movies, TV shows, and video games. I was thinking of doing I want to continue trying to do the 10 episodes, 10 episodes of movies, 10 episodes of TV shows, and 10 episodes of, games. Mm-hmm. I was thinking of maybe changing it after going through those to talk about whatever comes up. Mm-hmm. It just keeps going, but it was still each season will still be 10 episodes. But if I want to go back to a movie or show, or if I want to talk about multiple things at once, it would just be called a quote bonus episode. Mm-hmm. Instead of just focusing on one thing. That's my idea if I ever do that. Because there would be sometimes, I'll give an example. Wally. People wanted to join in on that talk. And I only had Logan. So if I ever want to talk about it again, I will.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Last theory before we end this segment. You remember the Boney Island?
Vague memories of it, but yeah.
So, you know how Chris McClane always says that it's cursed?
Yeah.
Is it cursed or rigged though?
It's definitely rigged. 100%.
I'd say it's a good mixture of both.
I mean, you know what? Yeah, that's a good point, because as you progress further along, he will hire more employees of his, and they will go through treacherous things. They might be haunting that place.
Exactly. Because the actual cliff is shaped like the skull. This is just a tiny theory, just kind of evidence, kind of shows if it's cursed or rigged. So it holds very extinct animals, and Chris warns the contestants that if they take anything, they'll be cursed forever, aka Beth, right? Beth?
Yeah.
The one with the braces? Yeah. She takes one and she's cursed. Ooh. But that's what he says. But the reason why the curse could be a thing is because it could be cursed by a native shaman.
Interesting. I wonder where the details for those came.
I don't remember exactly. I just remember saying that. I'm like, writing that down. But that could be a fact. Which the shaman wants, they like to protect their land and their resources.
Right.
So I'm guessing that's where the curse could be is, oh, how dare you,
how dare you touch my property?
How dare you touch my stuff? But it's also proven in the later seasons that the island is rigged by the producers to increase the ratings. And then Chris admitted that there is modifiers to the island. So
yeah.
So it could be a mixture of both at the exact same time.
We'll never be Chris to fully know.
You never know.
I don't think I want to be in part of his head, though.
No way, man. No way.
He's a criminal.
He's a criminal. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm getting sweaty. I need this fan. Things are getting very tense. Turning to Chris McClane, guys. I need help. Anywho, you ready for a break?
Yes, I need the fan.
I need the fan. All right. Thank you guys for listening to this long segment. We're going to be taking a good, you think a 15-minute break, 10, 15-minute break?
10. Let's go 10.
10? All right. See you back on at 11:11. Got to make a wish, guys. Make a wish. All right. This is WXUT, Toledo's only alternative. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and you're going to be continuing listening to the playlist that I found online that kind of gives the vibes of Total Drama Island. So let's continue that.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you got to reload the page.
Oh, man, now I look awkward.
All right. This is... Let's skip this song because it was playing. Alejandro by Lady Gaga. So enjoy it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Yeah. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and I am with
Quinn Cooper.
Yeah. So yeah, this is we're going to be continuing on with Total Drama Island. Oh my gosh, it's very shocking. Anywho, ever since Quinn has a sleep schedule, I like to respect that. We're going to be doing our end segment question before he leaves. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Perfect. So, I don't even have this answered yet because I was still trying to figure out what mine is. But the question is, what's your favorite game/challenge that they have throughout first season?
I'll definitely say the cooking episode.
The cooking episode?
Similar to what you said about the paintball ones, it really does show the dynamic of each character's personality and how they work with one another, especially with it best showcases the humor of the show.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, what about you?
I don't know, because I'm not entirely done with the show yet, or first season yet, like, to keep up my memory. But let me go back to the playlist, see what I can remember. But I would say, as of right now, the cooking show, because it is just creative, because they take the idea of Hell's Kitchen and the British baking show mixed, if that makes sense. I thought that was a really cool idea, because throughout the whole show, it is to make fun of game shows.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
Mainly Survivor, but yeah.
Yeah, mainly Survivor. This is actually part of a fun fact, because I'll be going through the fun facts as well. Did you know that the original idea of this show was just them actually trying to escape the island?
So Jigsaw.
Yeah, pretty much. The idea was, you know how in Survivor they're trying to survive for a certain amount of hours? Yeah, it's the same idea, but they're trying to escape. That was the original idea.
I love how the dilemma went through Survivor and Jigsaw. Either try remaining on the island or try running away from it.
I'd say one which was actually a really cool idea was trying to face their fears.
Ooh, yeah, that is a good one.
That was a really good one.
It was very personalized, too.
It is very, very personalized. It kind of gives the fact of Willy Wonka. He knows them inside and out before they did anything. Yeah,
that's what I mostly appreciate about that episode as well. Again, it does really just showcase who they are as a person. And that's one thing I really like about this show entirely. They get into details with each character. Well, nowadays, they kind of just make it very basic.
I know that's what they did not want to do at first was I think that's why they made more seasons, because they realized that it's actually kids watching the show.
Yeah.
They wanted to get rid of the whole love triangle type thing. They want to get rid of that. They didn't really want to focus on the character stories anymore, and they just kind of made a show.
I know. Yeah, I noticed that, and also sadly, I kind of realized how common that is with every single media. The most recently, the newest Transformers movie. There was aimed for kids, but if you look at the actual movie towards the middle and end, it's apparently a lot of adults like it. It's weird. That is
crazy. But it's like Sonic the Hedgehog. I started watching them why is the beginning so childish? And then you finish it and it's like, okay, this is actually not that bad.
Yeah, especially with the third movie. It seems
I haven't seen any. I've only seen the first one.
The first one?
I've only seen the first one.
If you look at the most recent Sonic movie, it is so dark. It's rainy and there's fire.
It is fire. You're like a child. Fire. Ooh, look at the red light over there. But yeah, I'd say the Phobia one is one of my favorites. But See, that's the funny thing about the show. There's so many episodes, and you fly through it very fast, but also really slow at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like I've been watching the show for a long time, but I also feel like I'm flying through episodes, but I'm only on episode 12. Yeah, I'm only on episode 12, and I've been watching for the past 2 days. But yeah, I've been busy with work and other things, but I'd say that's not bad at all.
Oh, no.
Watching it for the past 2 days.
Especially with me doing college work, it was a great background thing to have. It's
a very easy background, but it's also very distracting because that's what happened with the phobias one. I kind of wish I just kind of had it in the background because I really needed to get my stuff done today. Mm-hmm. And I got towards the part, I remember hearing about the green jello. And then I just remember seeing the mime out of nowhere. It's like, okay, what episode am I on right now? I was so lost. And then I remember watching the next episode that came out. And, Chris does
the recap.
And I'm like, that's what it was. That makes sense why he was running away. I'm like, why is he running away from a mime, dog? I was so confused. That
must have been a fever dream for you.
Dude, it was so weird. I felt like I was literally in an actual dream. Talking about phobias, what is your worst fear anyways?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Besides death. Anything besides death. Because I feel like that's everyone's fear.
I would say just darkness. General darkness. Because I could be happy being able to see anything at all, even lights. But yeah, if it were to be darkness and not seeing anything, like the clairvoyance of nothing, that's scary to me.
Going from a guy that likes horror, I mean, I like to watch my movies in the dark, but I learned, have you been to the Mansfield prison or know about it?
Yeah.
So I went there with my girlfriend, right? Her parents and I all went there this summer. Mm-hmm. We went through the movie tour of Shawshank Redemption, and then we got to go through the ghost tour later in the night, but not the very independent one where you actually get to go at 10 o'clock at night. We did the one at 7 to 8 or 9, mm-hmm. and then they have an independent one that is actually you searching for ghosts.
Oh.
We just did the one that was, it was just a ghost walk, understanding how it all works, and we went and explained some of the history that this guy has been through in this area, and it was very interesting because it would explain there's auras that you can feel, there's aura senses, and it was just very interesting. And we got to the part he would tell us some actual history that went down along with it, why there is a high tension in certain places. He explained the history of this is where the guy killed himself on accident, and I was just like, oh, okay,
dang.
And he explained on the roof there was a fire and all that. So he's like, yeah, there's a lot of lost souls here. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And anywho, skip past this, then we'll get to the total drama. Anywho, he tested us in the attic. He turned off all the lights. And the only light source that we saw was, just think of we're here right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to give you the distance. The only light you could see was where Kevin's office is. It was that far of a distance. You
have a good mile.
We were a good distance in the dark, and I learned how to calm my heart rate because naturally your heart beats when it gets in the dark, right?
Yeah.
So I learned how to calm myself down and just because when it comes to in the dark, your brain is trying to gather all the information and it's throwing images out there.
And that's the thing that makes me scared about the dark the most. You cannot predict what is going to be in the dark.
And that's what sucks. So what I did is, this is either the ADHD in me or whatnot, but I just focused on my hands. I listen, it sounds really weird, but I put my hand up, I actually moved my hand up in front of my face, see if I could actually see it. And if I can't, I'll picture my hand actually in my face. Because I know I moved my arm. I know it's there. I just can't see it. So I would picture that my hand is there and just focus on one thing.
That's clever. I really have to say that's clever. Because I I've had nightmares where it was just pitch black, and I've done that before. Funny enough, it is. I did that, even though it was a dream. Still, that's a good tactic to have, especially if you have the fear of dark. I mean, it's a very common fear, but still, nonetheless, I mean, it's a great solution during the situation given.
Oh, for sure. Anywho, we're gonna go on. Go back to Total Drama Island. I have some facts before you go. So I want to go through as much as I can before you leave, and then we'll come back and finish off with the fun facts.
All right.
Anywho, the show was created by Tom McGillis and Jennifer Perch. The island is based on Muskoka Island in northern Ontario. The show was made in Canada, so it's an actual Canadian show.
Don't see those nowadays. I'm joking.
Like, I honestly didn't even know that.
Really?
No. I was really dumb.
Now that I think about it,
it just makes sense.
It does. It definitely does. Well, they also give you like some passive information that is from Canada. Like with Chris's accent, it's kind of Canadian.
I didn't really think about it. Like, you know, I hate to say this because I am, like, we're all judgmental. But when I'm watching a show that is funny, I don't really judge. I just watch. So I don't really think about where it's made. And especially if it's not a harsh accent, I'm not really going to think about it.
Right.
So I didn't really think about it.
Well, that's something I just appreciated. Some people just go above and beyond showcasing it.
I mean, I'm also one of those people, like, I'll be honest with you, I personally cannot stand British accents.
Neither can
So I cannot watch any British shows.
Here's my thing. There's a certain limit to how much British accent I can handle.
See, I don't mind a little bit. Like, I don't know why. British shows are good. Some of them are good. But a lot of them are heavy into politics, and I do not like that.
I like some British media as well. Like Scott Pilgrim British? No, it's Canadian. Where am I getting this information from? Nonetheless, I like some media that's from the UK. But there's only one thing that every single thing that UK part, or whatever you call it, counties, each section of the country has. Counties. And that they each have, I know, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, whoever I offended. But either way, there's different dialects, and they can get deep into their dialects to where it's not even the same kind of English.
Yeah, it's just, like, it doesn't bother me for most of the time when it comes to people talking in their accents. It's the pitch. It's the pitch.
Really?
Yes.
What about the pitch, really?
It is just very swingy. It is very sharp. The accents are very sharp. It's like the same thing when it comes to the stereotype of a rich girl, and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" It's like, okay, I'm gonna like scratch my face off if you talk like that again.
You don't like the things that over accentuate.
Yes.
Okay. Now
and it comes to those things like, I know you can't control it. That's why I'm like, I'm not upset at you. My brain and my ears are offended.
Now that begs the question, was there any British characters that are in Total Drama Island? I mean, maybe probably later on seasons.
I can't remember with you, and I don't know enough about the characters individually, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, fair. They're probably in season 5 and 4.
I mean, there's probably one in at least season 1 or season 2.
Yeah.
Without us knowing. But,
very passive.
Like, you know, same with Australian. Some Australian accents can get to me. But I just have to get past it. Like, it's their accent. Like, us Americans, we have accents. Everyone has accents. It's just, we can't control it. And once I get past it, I'm fine. But if I haven't talked to you in a long time and I come back to you, it's just like, I'm going to be very, like, not focused on you because I'm trying not to focus on it.
Here's my thing. I've heard like some people outside the country make a comment about the American accent.
Oh, it's common all the time.
I know, but like, here's the thing.
It's been said that Americans don't even have accents.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's the most generic voice or language known to man.
I don't take offense to it. It just makes me think like, man, I have a very boring voice.
We have Minecraft default skin language.
That makes sense why a lot of Americans are like the AI generated voices. Like this voice of Siri.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But
actually, just as a quick side tangent. So the actor that plays the Terminator, the main dude, Arnold, yeah, he was not casted in the German translation of that movie because his accent is so country-esque. it wouldn't just not make sense. Like, why would a robot have a country accent?
That is true. That is true.
It's just crazy to me that there's like a certain limit to even countries within their own language of what's accepted.
That is true. That is true. Anywho, some more fun facts. The show was originally supposed to be just called Camp TV.
I'm so glad they changed it.
Yeah, me too. It sounds more epic. And the fact that people don't even call it Total Drama Island. It's just TDI. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I never knew that people was I guess that's like the little kid brain in me. And when you brought back Total Drama Island, it's just like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard that like name in so long.
I mean, it has a good ring to it. Although the original name's kind of
Yeah, the original idea, yeah. The art style was inspired by a controversial MTV show called Clone High.
Oh, yeah.
Chris McLean is a parody to the Survivor host, Jeff Probst.
Jeff Probst? Mm-hmm. Do you know him?
I don't watch Survivor. My friend Trinity does.
He's from Survivor.
Yeah, he's the host of Survivor. So I don't watch Survivor. I've never really got into Survivor at all. I guarantee it's a good show. I just not a big reality game show kind of guy. It's a cult classic,
yeah.
I remember reading the book Survivor. The books were good.
I remember reading the books I Survived. So.
I remember the I Survived books. Those were classics.
Yeah.
Of course, the most memorable, because some of them are based on history. Yeah. Just fictional stories and history events.
Yeah.
But one of the most iconic one is the shark attack.
Yeah, for me, I survived a hurricane one. I saw those very commonly.
Hurricane one. I read the 9/11 one. That one was.
Yeah, that one too.
That one, I bet that one was very hard to get. Hard to get published for sure.
Yeah.
Emily Claire Barlow, that is known for being in Sailor Moon as Sailor Mars. She plays as Courtney, which was her favorite character that she plays as.
That's ironic.
It's actually pretty fun. Yeah, there's a lot of voice actors that are in their show have big roles in other animated shows before TDI. So,
all right, give me the last big fact.
Ooh, let me find one that is interesting.
Hit me with the wow factor.
Ooh, do you know what the very first character that was drawn?
Owen.
Dang, you looked at my notes.
No, I just had. Let's be honest. Owen had a big amount of show. Spotlight on him.
He got a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
Let's find one that you don't know about. Okay, Chris Potenza, aka the voice of Chris. His favorite character is. You want to take a guess?
I can't.
Mr. Coconut. It's like an object that they have in, I think, either in this season or future seasons.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
It's literally just a coconut with a smiley face on it.
Mr. Coconut.
That's
you know what? That did surprise me.
It is crazy. It is very crazy. The show was also nominated for the Gemini Award for the Best Animated Series at that time.
You know what? As it should. It definitely made a lot of kids' memories.
It for sure did.
All right.
Anywho, we're going to end the show. Thanks for coming. Or end the segment, not the show. I'll be back on in 10-15 minutes because we got plenty of time. Thank you for joining me again.
No problem.
You're always welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for suggesting the show. Do you have any other show ideas?
Ooh, this could be another TV show, right?
Yeah, another TV show. Anything.
Amazing World of Gumball.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm cooking up. All right.
Anywho, do you have anything that you would like to shout out, or just the same as last time?
Same as last time. This time it's a TikTok account named Umbra Even. Same account, just changed the username to make it more easy to remember.
You're gonna have to spell it out for the users.
UM in the word bruh. BRUH.
Right. Perfect. All right. Thank you again for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah. This is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. This is Edgy with the Plexi Film Show. I'll see you guys in 10 to 15 minutes. Enjoy some more amazing music. So, yeah. See you on in a few minutes.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And we're going to be continuing on with Total Drama Island. And sorry, guys, Quinn had to leave. Like I said at the end of last segment, Quinn had to leave to go home and go to sleep before school tomorrow. If you like to stay awake as late as I do, here I am. I got 15 more minutes to talk and ramble on about random stuff about this show. Too bad I talked about most I can because I like to give my guests as much experience and knowledge that I have about this media. So, yeah. I got a few left, nothing too crazy though. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue talking about the fun facts about Total Drama Island. So let me refresh that real quick. All right. Let's see here. So like I said, the original idea was them trying to escape off the island. The contestants were made by real archetypes that you see on reality shows. As you can tell, some of them, the contestants in reality shows are either very whiny, very toxic, as in most reality shows are. They try to go along with and study the minds and different types of people throughout different reality shows. And that's how they made the characters that we have in Total Drama Island. And the people that studied them is, of course, Perch and McGillis, the creators of Total Drama Island. They would study reality TV and claim that there was a pattern on how they casted contestants throughout reality shows. Because some contestants moved like comic-wise in the actual show, but they wanted the voice actors to bring the life of the characters, so it's like an actual reality show, but ever since the voice acting is really good, you can't tell that it's a cartoon. It's really well voice acting. And I think they said off the video that I seen is they started out with having all the actors in one room and, do a room recording as some movies or media does to get it done faster because that's what it's meant for. Let's get everyone here and get it done out of the way. But they noticed it was so hard for them to do that because the voice actors for Owen and Chris McLean were so funny through the fact that they would make the other voice actors for the contestants laugh so much to the point where it was picking up and they would have to redo the audio multiple times. So I think they stopped doing that so they can get it done quicker, which makes sense because Owen and Chris McLean is so funny in the show. Same with Chef. All the characters are really funny. But yeah, I think they stopped recording in rooms after that. The first character that was made, like I said, was Owen. Average main characters for animation or animated shows was like 7, and Total Drama Island had started with 22, and they thought that was not going to be possible. And the creators for Total Drama Island threw the other creators out of the way and said, we can do it, and they proved them wrong. So I thought that was really cool. They broke a lot of records for doing that. So congratulations on them for doing that, because at that time it was not well known to have more than 7 main characters do well. So yeah. Total Drama Island was Rachel Wilson's first big cartoon. I don't remember what character she voiced as. I can't remember. Owen's Canadian Leaf t-shirt was on the show because they wanted Total Drama Island wanted to let everyone know that this is a Canadian show and not an American show, because an American company, aka Cartoon Network, bought the show so they can stream it and all that stuff. The reason why it's blue though is because it was an homage to Toronto hockey team, because it's a Canadian show, or the show is originated from Canada. It was a Canadian show, so it makes sense. I thought that was really smart. I never really thought about it. I mean, I thought about it as a kid, but I didn't really think about it more until recently. So it was really interesting. like I said, Chris Potenza's favorite character is Mr. Coconut. The show was nominated for, like I said before, a Gemini Award for the Best Animated Series, which is amazing for that time because this was a really test of the waters type of show. And that ever since the show was really well, they were on the show Jeopardy. I don't remember how Jeopardy exactly works, but it was on more of a younger audience contestant style, but they were on that show, which was very interesting. I thought that was really cool. So this might be a little bit controversial. I'm sorry, just a little heads up, but we're going to go on to the case of Chris Potenza. So I don't know if you know, Chris Potenza is no longer the voice actor for Chris McLean. It is someone new for the new season that came out last year because of the allegations against him. It's been going back and forth throughout the years whether or not if it's fully true because now he's clean. But he went to jail. He went to jail for many reasons. He was accused of harassing and insulting many people on set. He was replaced on the 4th season. Besides, he got arrested after a member posted things about him on Reddit. These are all sources that I find on the internet. Again, I'm not proving that these are right information. It's just what I can find as of right now. I did a little bit more research than I did earlier because I was planning on doing more research and I was debating whether or not I wanted to go over it. Ever since I have time, I kind of want to go into it a little bit. So, why did they change the voice? Like I said, Chris Potenza was replaced by Terry McGurran in season 4 because he was accused of doing drugs and manipulating students and taking them into a dark room and, doing stuff that is not appropriate. Yeah, there was a bunch of allegations against him and he went to jail, but he's now out of jail and clean to this day. I don't know if he is cleared up because it was proven wrong or he just faced the sentence that he did. I don't fully know. I don't have all the right information. And all I got to say is it does not surprise me considering that Chris McLean himself was a crazy person. So whatever he did, you did yourself dirty, man. You messed up on your part. But yeah, I don't want to go further into that. This is going to be the end of episode 2 of season 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I did not expect to actually talk about this on season 2 at all because I completely forgot about this show. And I'm glad I did because it is a really easy classic childhood show that I watched as a kid. But I wish I could have remembered more about it, though. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on shows that I should talk about, please DM me on Instagram. Just look up the Plexi Film Show and then text me any TV shows, movies, or video games that you want me to talk about in future episodes. Don't be afraid to do so. And if you are currently listening this live and if you are afraid to missing a live schedule that you might not be on or in the car listening to the radio or listening to this at home and you're afraid to miss it live, don't worry. I got YouTube and Spotify to save you all so much. I take all the recordings throughout each live show and download and cut out the music so I don't get copyrighted. So all you have to do is just listen to me yap. So if you want to do that, just look up the Plexi Film Show on Spotify or YouTube. You'll be able to find it. I'm the only Plexi Film Show out there. So, yeah. If you want to look at the notes or the sources that I do for each research, you just go to WordPress. You should be able to look up the Plexi Film Show, WXUT, WordPress. I think you should be able to find it through there. If not, it's in the links of both Spotify and on YouTube's About Me page. So yeah, you'll find it. All right. Anyway, this is the end of the Plexi Film Show. I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful show. Please drink some water. Get some sleep. This was a really long and in-depth episode. We barely had much music at all, and I like that. I like it to a degree because it just shows that we're having a great time. We're having a great conversation. I like that. I like having long, deep conversations about a show or a media that I like because who doesn't? You guys out there do as much as I do because If you are listening, actually, if you made it this far, comment down below what character, or actually, so you don't have to do all that work. Just comment down Gwen, because that's the character that I got on the BuzzFeed. And if you guys want to take the quiz yourself, I'll leave it in the description below. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night. Stay safe. Love you guys so much, and enjoy some more music that I have for the rest of the night. Take it safe. This is WXUT 80.3, Toledo's only alternative. Have a great night, y'all. Stay safe. Bye.